Now, when I produce my video on Fantasia, the video right now has over 37,000 views on my other channel. It's got over 1,000 likes, over 1,000 comments. I think it's almost 2,000 comments. You know, there's been a lot of engagement on that video, and I appreciate that, you know. And I think that from what I saw, not only from my comments, but from other comments, there were women who were upset because she dared to say that, you know, women should submit to the men that they're with. Even though our perspectives change and we grow and we gain perspective, we tend to we tend to as people learn from our mistakes. Now, I want y'all to understand something. When I make video content, I make it from a male perspective, a red pill perspective, okay? That's the purpose of me producing these particular type of videos, is to speak on it from my perspective. Just like when women make content, they speak on it from a female's perspective. You know? Shout out to Darren. I don't have a circle. I have a moon chest. Okay. Salute to you. And there are women who are watching that video who may, you know, they're going to be upset at Fantasia. They're probably going to be upset at me for pointing out how she exposed the issues that is going on with these females who are single, who are perpetually single. We have a problem with when it comes to single women. There's a lot of single women out here. There's a lot of women who just struggle dating. And with Fantasia, you know, being in the same position they were in, and having the same issues dating wise, you would think that they say, you know what, I may not agree with everything she said, but you know what, she had a point. But what people want to talk about is they want to talk about, you know, she can't read. She dated a married man. That's what they want to bring up. Some of them believe we're talking about her looks, even though she has a better body than most of the women complaining about her. That's what's funny. And she has a man who put a ring on it. Okay? She has a man that she's happy to be with. And trust me, if a woman is happy to be with a man, she's going to do whatever that man wants. If a woman is happy with the guy that she is with, she will do anything he wants. And she's in that situation where she's happy with the guy she's with. But you have women out there that ain't happy because they're too busy dealing with ex-boyfriends or baby daddies they can't let go. They're trying to control his life, so they get on social media and they have this mindset of, I'm not going to let no man control my life, but you want to control other people's life. You know? Now, again, I'm not saying that Fantasia is perfect. I'm not saying that she is not without fault. But again, the people who go through the worst things are usually the people who have the best perspective when it comes to what they're trying to help y'all in as far as finding a man. I'm pretty sure that she has plenty of single friends. She has plenty of single friends who can't get a man, who she talks to on a day-to-day basis, who tell her how they're struggling when it comes to dating. I don't think she's trying to hurt y'all feelings, but y'all feelings was definitely hurt. And it's sad to see that me, as a guy that some of you females don't like, and you claim I don't like women, especially black women, I was able to say, you know what, I agree with what she's saying. I don't think she's saying anything wrong or harmful. I think she's speaking from life lessons. You know, life lessons are learned, you know. So I want people to understand something. I feel like it's going to get even worse when it comes to dating for women, because they don't listen. No matter how many books they read, no matter how many dating coaches they speak to or listen to, they're not listening. They're not listening. Because the women that are complaining the most are probably women who dated a guy and they put their all into that relationship, and that guy basically, deserted them. He basically used them, and those women never recovered from that. But again, that's where you take that time to find the guy that you want to be with. Listen, there are going to be pitfalls when it comes to relationships. Now, when the whole submission thing, the thing about submission is that I don't think when she's speaking on submission, she's mean, kowtow to the man you're with. She just means play your feminine role. What's wrong with taking a feminine role in a relationship? So you think you're just gonna be cold decision makers and co-leaders of the household? I mean, if that's what you want to do, but what's going to happen is you're going to end up trying to pull rank on him, and it's not going to work. That's why you have to choose a guy who is a decisive leader. Listen, all of us can recognize leadership qualities in people. Women should understand leadership qualities better than anybody. They should be able to recognize a leader probably quicker than us men do, especially when it comes to men. But we have women who've bought into feminism, and they really believe that everything's supposed to be 50-50, even though they claim they don't want to pay 50-50 of bills, but they want a 50-50 relationship. Like, what does that even mean? Like, you have to choose what you want. You either want the guy to take care of you, or you want to be 50-50. But you can't say, I don't want a 50-50 financial relationship, but I want a 50-50 when it comes to, leadership of the household. When you're the most indecisive of both of them. You want to spend money. You want to go on a couple different vacations every month that costs a lot of money. You don't want to prepare, and you don't want to save, and you don't want to work towards building a solid foundation. You just want to stunt on Instagram for a couple of weeks. Now, again, I hope that especially a lot of melanated women understand this. You need to listen to women who are married. Stop seeking advice from people that ain't got no man and thinking that that's going to work. No, you need to understand the perspective, again, of somebody who was single for a while, who was in and out of, dysfunctional relationships, and finally was able to find somebody before the age of 40. Okay? Because there's a lot of women that are either teetering towards 40 or at 40, and they still can't find nobody. And it's not like, they're just running into the wrong guys. It's because you're choosing the wrong guys. You're going off of, you got women that are stuck dating the same type of guys they dated in high school. There's just no growth. Or even after high school, let's say they're in their early 20s, when they go out to clubs or when they were in college, they're still stuck on dating those type of guys. Okay? There's no growth. There's no, looking towards the future. It's like, how can I stunt on Instagram with this guy more than, how am I going to build with this guy? That's where we're at. Because as soon as one of these chicks get into a relationship, they got all these photos with this guy. And then a couple weeks later, them photos is gone. So you just wasted your time with this guy, putting them all out there, and now you ain't with him no more? And what's even more damaging is that you got females that will get pregnant by a guy, and once the baby is born, or before the baby is born, you end up breaking up with the guy. So now you a single mom. No hindsight at all. None. You just thinking about yourself in that moment. And here we are. We're at the crossroads, ladies. You either gonna learn from your mistakes, or you're gonna keep repeating them. That's why men would rather be single than get in relationships, because they don't want to make the same mistake over and over and over and over and over. But women are willing to continue to make mistake after mistake after mistake just so they can stunt on social media with their new guy. Just so they can have somebody, because they don't like to be alone. And you probably a single mom, so your kids have to deal with you bringing different men in and out of their life, which is even more damaging. You have to understand the way society is. You have to understand that there are people who have learned mistakes. They learn from their mistakes and they want to help others, but they don't have to. They really don't. They don't have to do anything. A lot of married women could just go on about their life. They don't have to do nothing for you. They can just see y'all. They can just watch y'all continue to show more and more pity towards yourself. You know, no growth whatsoever, none. And it's always going to be somebody else's fault because of that, because you weren't able to choose the right person. And y'all got to understand, life will go on whether you choose somebody or not. You can't sit up there and be angry, you know, at men and say, I'm not going to submit to you. You haven't built anything. You're not protecting and providing. That's because you're not looking for those qualities in the men that you're seeking. You're just seeking somebody who may look the part. You're seeking somebody who physically may suit, you know, the biggest need for you. But after that, then what? You know, then what? You're going to be single again. You're going to be like one of these women talking about how Fantasia can't read, or, you know, she dated a married man. But you probably done the same thing. There are plenty of women who are criticizing Fantasia who's probably dated married men multiple times. And they pretend like they're not looking at that ring finger. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. If you can't notice a guy is married, and you done been around him for days, months, weeks, then you're obviously overlooking that for a reason.